Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video, we'll provide you an update on how our helium mining experience has gone so far. And you probably saw this thumbnail and this is why you clicked on it. Well, we far exceeded this number, $1,706.48. We're talking about $2,400 plus that have been generated off of a little device that really generates no heat, doesn't make any noise, there's no fan to it, and it runs on less power than a light bulb, at least one of the older ones, the 60-watt light bulbs. So this is something that is super power efficient, super quiet. You could have it in your home and not have to worry about anything going on in your house, and you could generate stuff like this. This is pretty crazy. So in today's video, we're going to give you an update. I'm going to share with you not only how that journey has been going and how the revenue is created, but then also what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a different miner. This is the People's Network Miner, right? The People's Miner, and this is the Bobcat Miner 300. I'll have links to this product in the description area. I'll also have the previous one that we looked at, the links dot. And as always, this is not financial advice in any way. I'm just sharing with you my journey and how things have been going, giving you an update on our experience so far with this technology. Because let's face it, this is still a tech channel. And by the way, we are going to be kicking off a channel that focuses on this kind of, again, opportunity as well. That way, we'll continue the tech here, but then we'll give you some more content elsewhere. So watch out for that because the channel is going to be coming up really soon. So let's go ahead and check out what our journey's been like. How is it that we're generating that kind of income? And then also, we'll check out this miner. Now, before covering the revenue that we've made since the last video, I wanted to highlight and just recap a little bit about what the technology is and how it works. Because many people are afraid of mining because what comes to mind is high-powered machines, machines that take up a lot of electricity, machines that generate a lot of heat, and machines that generate a lot of noise. And as we mentioned just in the intro of the video, really, this is something that consumes no more power than a light bulb, at least one of the older light bulbs, you know, the 60-watt type light bulbs. And the way you generate cryptocurrency is by what you see happening here on the side. This is my miner, and then what you see are these witnessings, right? These are all of the miners that are able to see my miner, and then what we're able to do is generate coverage. You know, this goes back to that cell tower analogy, where you're wanting to canvas an area so that there's always connectivity. And you can see that there's quite a few of these miners throughout my neighborhood or in the vicinity close to me. I'm fortunately the only one in my area for now. And as you can see here on the side, today we're looking at the last 24 hours, $34.54. Today is a good day, $34.54. And you can see that with each one of these peaks, I'm generating cryptocurrency. So here we made 0.13 just a few minutes ago, also 0.16, and then you can see that it drops and it was a little bit lower. So this goes throughout the day. So great revenue generating taking place, and what we're doing is providing that coverage so that in the event that the network is being used and that connectivity happens to the miners that we have in place, you're basically providing that service. So let's focus really on the revenue now for a couple seconds. So over here, just wanted to highlight a couple things. And as you recall, the miner cost us just a little bit over $500. And what we're looking at here is a couple months. We're basically looking at September, October, and November. And September was for me a learning month, and things have gotten much better since then. But then we had also not really, I would say, things working when it came to making sure that it was configured correctly and making sure that everything was running well. So there's some big differences that you see here. So that again, taking it from the top. Now there's two things that we're going to cover in today's video, and one of them is I wanted to go back. Now in today's video, now before going into the actual revenue side of the miner, I wanted to highlight for those of you who are new to this video series what HNT mining is all about. And how do you generate cryptocurrency? Because first of all, it is not a high-powered miner that requires like special electrical wiring in your home, 240 voltage, for example, to be able to generate cryptocurrency. It doesn't generate heat. It doesn't generate a lot of noise or any noise whatsoever. They operate silent. And it's doing this because of the fact that it's a low-powered miner that operates really no more power than a light bulb, actually less, because if you think about it, when I talk about 60 watts, those were the old light bulbs. We're not talking about the LED light bulbs that are even more efficient. So this thing is super duper efficient when it comes to power consumption, super quiet, and I have one in my house, and it's, in our case, it's kind of like in the living room, and it doesn't really bother anybody. It's just sitting there and it looks just any other appliance. And what you see going on here is my hotspot and how it's connecting to all these miners around me. And by having that connection, I'm generating cryptocurrency. And you can see over here, to date, we've generated $34.68. Today is a good day. Think about that, $34.68 in 24 hours. And you can see, you know, this is basically showing this graph here, or line graph is showing the revenue that's been generated to date. Now, this is going to vary. As you can see, we had low generation over here, and it's higher over here, and that's because of the beacons, the witnessing, the connections that are being taken place as this miner is either being connected to or is witnessing other devices that are within the vicinity. So great, again, great revenue generating capability with really little to no effort. So how much have we made? Let's switch over here to the spreadsheet on the side here. And on the spreadsheet on the side, a couple things are going on. First of all, there's revenue that's being generated in the form of cryptocurrency. So you'll notice here for September, we generated 14.39 HNTs. That's the crypto. In October, we generated 14.95. And then in November, this month, 15.29. And we still have a couple more days left. And I would say November would be my best month. And you've noticed how we've been improving month over month. And that has just been because the stability of the network, not mine, but could have been mine. I've had like a couple outages with my internet provider. And then also there's been the stability of the helium network. Now, for the month of November, we've had some outages. The helium network has had some outages. So I think I would have made it to 16 HNT, which would have been a record month. So I'm thinking December is going to be better if things things are stable on the HNT network. So what we're looking, though, is you'll see that every month things are getting better. Now, the other thing that's happening is the cost or the price of the cryptocurrency has also been improving. So you're looking at when we first started this, it was 17.44, which based on what we generated for the month of September would have been $250. Now, October, things got really good. So in October, we're looking at 14.94, so I slightly increased my crypto generation. And then the cryptocurrency actually went up in price. It went from $17 to $30.65. That meant $457. So by this point, if you recall how much we paid for the miner, which was just slightly over $500, we've actually made up the cost of the miner. So I'm scot-free. There's no more, anything that I make from this point on is 100% profit. Now, in November, we have, November is 15.29 as we mentioned, and the cryptocurrency has changed. A couple things I just wanted to highlight. I did pull money out. I took cryptocurrency, converted it to real money. So I took out 33 crypto currencies, right? So when you think about what these two, the sum of these two, and then a little bit of what I made in November, and I basically took out 33. Now, when I took it out, the crypto was worth $48.22. So think about this. These two here combined are $708, right? But the 33 that I took out gave me $1,591. This is crazy, right? Now, at the all-time high, the crypto went as high as $54.88. $54.88. Let me show you. On this side, we're going to take a look at the actual performance of this cryptocurrency. So here's helium, HNT, and you'll notice that it's dropped a bit. So it's still not as low as it was in September, you know, the 1744, but it's definitely higher than what it was in October, the $30.65. But it's not as high as it was in November, the $48 to $54. And this is the thing about cryptocurrency. So crypto is constantly changing. So you'll notice over here, it was $40.14. And we've had this kind of cycle going on. There's been a lot of instability all the way up to 36. And right now it's on the rise. And what you can see here is that, you know, the 24-hour low and high, it's been as low as $36 and it's been as high as $40. And when we look at the high, just 7 days, and this is what makes me feel really good about this is going to be coming back up is that over the last 7 days, it's been as high as $47. All-time high has been $54.88. Now keep in mind, I always have to highlight, not financial advice. This is kind of like my journey that I'm sharing with you around, just looking at experimenting and trying different things. But this is kind of like what's going on just in the market, and this is pretty common. So when we come back to the actual spreadsheet, you'll notice that at 54.88, this was stupendous. That same amount that we just withdrew would have been worth 1,811. That means that I would have paid my miner off multiple times over. So as we look at what I've earned for this month in November, if we were to just copy this formula over, and I'll just copy this over here to see where we're at, and we were to input the price as it stands right now of $39.42, right? So right now, small font. We're looking at, let's take a look at that, $602. So as you're looking at this, every single month, things are getting better. They're getting better in the sense that my miner is generating more, and the price of the cryptocurrency is more. But that $602 at $39 as it stands today, that's if I were to withdraw and use what I have now. If I were to put it on my debit card and use it. And remember, we talked about that you can actually take these funds and move it to crypto.com and then use their debit card and use it to buy either something online for the holidays or actually use it physically at a store. And I have a link to crypto.com in the description area. And if you use my link, you'll get $25 and I'll get $25. So if you're looking to start mining helium like this and you want to be able to use it on a debit card, make sure you check them out. So if we go back to this spreadsheet, we're looking at $602 at the 39. But what were to happen if it goes back to $54? Look at that, $825.66. That is fantastic. And if you think about my 3-month period, if I were to take this number that we have here, bring it into this spreadsheet, right? And then I'm going to just go ahead and copy this over really quick. Let's go ahead and bring that up because I want that formatting to stick. All right, so we're looking at, this is where I'm at, right? If I were to sum these two and see, how much have I made, because I already took that out, right? And I'm going to go ahead and sum it with this one. We're looking at $2,417.06. That's in 3 months. That is impressive. That is super impressive. And you can see here how things are working. What we're looking at here is the price of the cryptocurrency, right? We're looking at how much helium was generated. And what happens throughout the day, you are earning helium. And this is why there's so many line items for the same calendar day. So this is what I generated in a day. It came down to $9.08 when the cryptocurrency was 23, anywhere from 21 to $24. I think it looks like the highest. And again, this is when we first started, right? So this is for the 1st of September. If I were to look at how things are looking now for this month, things, and you can see the difference in price here. So we can see that the price here is $28.27, right? And the amount of helium that was generated. So there are days that we're generating $5 a day, $13 a day, $23 a day, $29. Check this out, $64 in a day, $64.72, right? And that's pretty spectacular. Again, there are miners in the industry that you would have to purchase that would cost thousands and thousands of dollars. We're talking about $10,000, $20,000. I've seen them go all the way up to maybe $80,000. And to be able to have a small device that is just under $500, or with tax and shipping and all that, let's say it's a little bit over $500, and to be able to pay itself off almost in a calendar month, and then for you to be able to generate this kind of revenue on a daily basis is pretty incredible. Now, the Bobcat 300 is one of the most popular miners on the market. This is the one that you see the most in the helium network. And the cool thing about this is that while most of these miners, and this one in particular, I ordered it in April and I just got it recently, are starting to pick up now. So if you take a look at the link in the description area, you'll be able to pick one of these up. And not only that, but as they're picking up their production, you may even be able to get a miner like this early next year. I highly encourage that you do it and get this and get a miner. And be really careful with scams that you see on eBay and all these other places because of all the bad stuff that's happening. But this is definitely one of the most popular miners that are out there. And just to recap one other thing, if you are looking at being able to convert the helium into usable currency that you can use at grocery shopping, online, make sure you check out crypto.com. There's a link in the description area where you'll get $25 for signing up, and it will, again, allow you to get a debit card that you can actually use to move the helium to and use it as real currency at an ATM machine, online, or at the grocery store, wherever you want to go. So as we're taking a look at this, let's go ahead and take a look at what you would find in the box, and we'll talk a little bit about this miner. Now in the box, in addition to the power cord, you're going to find the Bobcat Miner, and you'll notice this thing is small. It reminds me of one of those old, I would say, cable boxes. You know, they were pretty thin, and even some of the new ones I've seen right now that are probably about this size. And it's pretty basic. You have a mounting bracket on the back. You then have here, you have Ethernet, you have your power cord, right? You basically have communication port, a port right there for some type of updates. Again, you can put a TF card. You don't need one for this, but this is going to be for expansion and future things that are changing. You do have, this is your Bluetooth button, so you press and hold this, and then basically what it does is it connects or allows this to be connected the very first time to your phone so that you can pair it and start it up. And then here, right here, is your antenna that you'll be using. Now, as we take a look at the antenna, this isn't going to take a lot of space. So if you think about having something like this in your home, you're probably wondering, is this going to be a massive antenna? But it really isn't. Look how big this antenna is. This is uber tiny, right? And then all you'll do is you'll connect this to this point right here, right? Tighten it up. And you'll connect this to the back, and then this is what your setup is going to look like. That's how much space it's going to take up in your home. Now, I do have some friends, and I've actually done this as well, where some people will mount an antenna on top of their home because it just gives you more coverage. I actually did that to increase my coverage and then also to increase the performance of the miner. But that's not required. I do have friends that have just this setup, and they're able to generate the same amount that I do. It all depends on your location, right? So this is what the actual miner would look like, and the antenna. Very small and very easy to use. So guys, that wraps up our update on our experience with helium mining, and then also your intro to a new miner that is one of the most popular ones that are in the helium network. Let me know if you have any questions. See you in the next video, and again, we're going to be setting up a channel that will cover more about these type of technologies and these strategies. And once again, remember, just sharing with you my experience, not financial advice, but this is pretty cool. See you in the next video.